Ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for tuning in to another episode of GOW, the Generation Wrestling Podcast. As always, yours truly, the 29-year-old PCO, the franchise, aka the showstopper, better known as the GOW's resident tribal chief. But with me, as always, look at my tag team partner, my brother, my family. He is the quiet in the room, Mr. 1, 2, 3. Pin that ass down, K Breezy, aka EC's resident Isaac Hayes, King 2 Code in the building, bro. Was good.
Man, what's good? What's popping, man? Just got out the work spot, man. Ready to chill, sip a little, talk a little, do what we do, man. You know what it is. What's good to the people? What's happening?
Well, before we get started, I want to let the people know that very soon y'all can get y'all very own GOW cups coming to you live and direct on our shop. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So if you like what you see, definitely make sure to place that order in. With that being said, man, we about to shoot for the hip. We about to talk a little shit.
That KANE.
Too cold with the king. Too cold. Hey, you know what, man? I don't think they can see that, man. Hey, put the hat up. Put the hat up with the cup so they can see the gold in the gold.
Man, you see, you got the gold with the gold, man. You see, you know what I'm saying? You got that all gold, everything, man. See, it just hit a little different. That's all, man. That gold hitting a little different, man. Man, let's do this, man. Let's do this.
All right. We're gonna get into it. Leo says, "What's good, y'all? I'm watching the WWE Legends episode. Rey Mysterio. It's pretty good. Of course, man.
I gotta watch that. We gotta watch that.
Hey, look, let me tell you, I've been keeping up with the WWE Legends episodes, man. The one with Edge was really good. The Kurt Angle one was good. The Goldberg one was actually really, really pretty good, man. It was nice to kind of, see, people give their thoughts on Goldberg outside of the business. So I thought that was cool too. Of course, Rey Mysterio. They said, man, his debut episode of WWE Legends did numbers as he's got the highest episode of the year, even surpassing Edge. So I'm like, all right, cool. Like, let's go, let's do it. It's Ray. But
it's Ray, man. I mean, it's Ray. We're gonna talk about them. We're gonna go over those episodes and talk about what happened. But you know how we do things. But no, man, it's Rey Mysterio, dude. Like, he was, like I said, he was the one person, like, when they were doing the event, it was like, man, we're like, again, it wasn't just him, it was a bunch, we were a lot of the stars that people really wanted to see that be a part of that invasion angle. But Rey Mysterio was definitely one of those dudes that people, like, when WWE announced that he was coming, like, when they were just giving you the little teasers, like, dude, that's the guy everybody wanted. And when we got him, it was he did not disappoint. I mean, you come in and you fighting Kurt Angle. I mean, dude, come on, like, come on, man. And it was a cool little match, man. But nah, that's right, man. We definitely got to get into that, man. You got to get that man his respect.
It's funny because I didn't even have Ray on the agenda, but since we're talking about Ray, man, the cool thing about Ray is 2002 he came in, and what was so unique about Ray Mysterio at the time was Rey Mysterio is a small guy, 5'4", 5'5", maybe, and he's smaller than even the smallest cruiserweight at the time. So So especially this was an era where WWE specifically was truly the land of the giants. So the fact that you got so much hype behind a guy like a Rey Mysterio, and don't forget, at this time you still had the Billy Kidmans, you had the Hurricanes, the Shane Helmses of the world, you had the X-Pacs, but nobody got the fanfare and the love that a debut on Rey Mysterio got. Like, when Rey Mysterio was like, and he shot up through the ramp, and you got the pyro, you got the colorful match, like, who that jumping out the sky art? Like, bro, it was a whole vibe. And Ray was one of those guys who, when he first came into WWE, he was one of those guys from the other company who didn't get embarrassed. He's one of those guys who didn't get buried right away. Surprisingly, he actually got a very strong push, and like you say, he had matches with Edge, and then the Kurt Angle, and then Eddie, then of course him and Chavito, the whole angle with the Guerreros, Batista, dude, that Batista angle,
Triple H, he fought Chris Benoit, he's fought everybody, man. Ray's fought he fought them all. He fought them all. Brock Lesnar so many times and got his ass whooped.
and his moniker is the biggest little man is true. It wasn't until a little later in this WWE run where they kind of started doing some hokey shit with him. But then again, he was getting injured a lot too, and Ray was kind of in and out. But man,
that's because they were doing some hokey bullshit with him. Like, dude, how are you just gonna have him getting squashed? You can't have Ray was beyond just being squashed, man. He's one of your fan favorites. He was one of your top sellers in your company, and he was one of the best people that anytime he came out, People always cheer. The crowd always go crazy. It would be a crazy match. They would go home happy. Ray deserved better than to be squashed by KANE and Mark Henry and all these other people. Of course he would get injured, man. It's no different than the way they did Daniel Bryan when he was in WWE. Like, yeah, I get it. I understood the method to the madness, but at the same time, it's like, bruh, at what point do you not think people are going to get injured? And then when you bring them back and then you do some more crazy shit with them and then they get injured again. And then it's not even the injury that they had before. You fucked around and fucked something else up. Like, come on, man. It was not like he was injury prone. It's not like some guys were injury prone. It was the way that they were handled. And that was the issue. That was the problem, man. And I wish Ray wouldn't still be handled that way. He truly deserves better.
You know what's crazy? I remember back in the day, and I know you remember back when WWE, man, when they said the WWE magazine, right? You remember that, the WWE magazines? And it's funny because I remember, I used to go to the library. And I didn't read many books.
Look at the divas at magazines.
Yeah. Come on, man. A little Sable, a little Tori action, a little Candice Michelle action. A little Melina doing the split on the front cover.
I got the Trish and Lita ones. I got the Tori Wilson's, the Stacy Keebles. Okay.
I was going to WWE.com on the library computer, just finding some not so kayfabe content. Wink, wink.
All right, man. Look, hey. Hey, they did the thing. Hey. That's all I got to say.
But going back to Ray, I remember, he was so iconic because my guy used to come out in the hometown colors or whatever town he was in, but nothing was better than when he came out in the iconic San Diego Chargers, the powder blue with the lightning bolt, or when he came out back in WCW with the Phantom mask and all that, and then WrestleMania, I believe one year he was like the Green Goblin, and I remember they would always have the mask, and I remember we could never afford it. The mask, I remember to this day, it was $99.99, but they had the plastic ones for $19.99. And I remember my homie at the time, he had a plastic one. And I can say this now because what you gonna do? Beat my ass? I stole his mask and I cracked it. So I had to throw it away. But that was just how much of a fan I was. I lied, cheated, and stole like Eddie. And I did it for my boy Ray. And it was amazing. You know what I'm saying? For 2 days, I was Rey Mysterio to the mask, bro. Because, I got a big head. I could barely fit in football helmets. We ain't going to go down there, We ain't going to talk about that, But with that being said, man, shout out to my boy Ray. I had to go ahead, put that out there one time for the master of the 619. Hey man, look, you know me. I got a story for you. I got ankle locks. You know what I'm saying? We got cross faces.
You never disappoint.
Hey, look, man.
You never disappoint, my guy. You never disappoint, man. I appreciate you.
Hey man, look, Hey, Leo says I use lie, cheating, and stealing from Eddie to excuse what you did, but it was true. It's true.
Get your boy, Leo. Get your boy. Go get your boy, man.
I did what needed to be done at the time. Okay, Eddie said, "If you're not cheating, you're not trying."
Hell no,
I was trying to.
Man.
So,
all right, man. Okay.
But all right, man. Look. Okay. So we got.
Let's get to some topics, man. Let's get to some topics, man. Because I know we.
Let's get to some topics because I got some feet to rub and everything like that because of this awesome ass GOW Cup. Message. It'll be on the Etsy shop sometime really soon. So definitely, man, make sure y'all check that out. Leo says franchise always got a connection to a wrestler, no matter the situation. Absolutely. I mean,
man, no matter whatsoever, and that's why it's like, bruh. He said I stole.
I had the John Cena CD. You remember that one CD when all the wrestlers when they were singing their own song?
Yeah, man. The Ruthless Aggression Volume 1, 2, 3, 5, 11, 12.
I had it all.
I remember all that shit they came out with.
One of my favorite R&B songs of all time is from the Great Rikishi. Put a little ass on it. Yeah, I still remember that. I still remember.
Hell no.
Hey, that's the Samoan Lou Rawls, man. Stop playing, my boy.
I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. No, I'm not. I'm not sorry. You've been watching the show this long, man. You already know. I ain't apologizing for shit. Hey, man, look here. My man love what he love, man. He a thugonomic for life.
Hey, in the words of John Cena on his album, Chain Gang is the click. Let's go.
Oh man, let's go.
All right.
Oh man,
Now
hell
that we
no.
hit y'all with some shenanigans for about the first 10 minutes, man. All right, let's really dive into this, man. So, all right,
Yeah.
first thing I'm going to hit you with right now, man, I want to talk to you a little bit about our guy, man, Darby Allin. So, Darby Allin, he made the news. He went on DDP's Snake Pit podcast, and he went on, man, they kind of talk about his origins and, his beginnings and stuff like that. And one of the things that he said that caught the internet's attention was that he took out a $12K loan to get out of his contract at the time in order for him to wrestle for AEW. He said, he was in the match at Cody Rhodes, liked what he saw. They got in contact, but my guy was under contract. And the only way to get out of the contract, I should say, was to pay his debt. So he took out a $12K loan. And now he's one of the pillars of AEW. What I want to talk to you about is this, man. Darby Allin, looking at AEW, 3 years later now? When you look at WWE, the landscape at the time, right? Vince was running it, even up until a few months ago. A guy like Darby Allin on the main roster wouldn't cut it. In NXT under Triple H's version, maybe. Right now, Darby Allin, man, he's built a name for himself in AEW under the new regime of Triple H. Does Darby Allin have enough cachet built up to where at this point?
Whoa. I mean, you said he's built enough an AEW under the tutelage of Triple H. Wait a minute, Triple H running AEW now?
My bad.
Okay, I was about to say, wait a minute, hold up, wait a minute. I was about to say, wait a minute, hold up, wait a minute. Time out. What did I miss? What did I miss? Did Vince buy AEW? What happened?
No, what I'm trying to say is, has he built up enough cachet in AEW to become a viable option for Triple H? Do you think he will work in this current product under Triple H? Like, is that an option for him, or is he still pigeonholed to AEW? Do you think?
I got you. Okay. Whew, man. All right. Man, I'm gonna say I'm drinking too much, and I just got here. No, I'm just playing.
Hey man, you ain't lying. Hey man, he had about 10 shots before he even hit the air, man. Don't let this man lie to you.
I had 5. Look here.
Hey, drinkers don't drink.
We sip, and I had 5. Okay, now look. No, man. I think Darby truly is. He has definitely raised his stock being in AEW. Well, first and foremost, let's get to the beginning of what you said. The fact that he took out a loan to pay out the rest of his contract so he can go wrestle for AEW. Like, that's all he had, and they probably didn't think he could get it. And he's like, yeah, no, I got that. I got that. Let me go talk to these people. And he went to go talk to them people, and they say, all right, sure, Darby, we can help you out. And they helped him out, and he paid it back. And so he's good. He made a great investment betting on himself. That's what he did. And in doing that, it has put him in a spotlight where he is an attractable piece. Now, under Vince, he would truly be the little guy that would, as we were talking about with Ray, he would be that guy would get squashed. But because he's so reckless, it would almost kind of just be a thing. Like, it wouldn't be where in AEW, even though it's kind of a thing, but he actually wins. He actually technically wrestles. He actually have good matches. He actually does more than just be reckless. So it's not, he's not one dimensional, where under Vince, he would have been one dimensional. So no. Now under Triple H, that's a different story. And I think Triple H could definitely use that, allow him to be what he is and figure out the nuances, how to make it just look better. Because WWE as a product, the way it shows, the way it looks, it just looks better. We understand that, man. It's the echelon. It's the top dog. All right. We know what WWE is. So we know how things look. We know how it's perceived. AEW is not bad. They still have some work to do. Don't get me wrong. Still have some work to do. But I'm not gonna lie, man. I feel like he shouldn't leave anytime soon.
Yeah.
Because AEW is where that's his shit. Like, he can do what he do, and it gets over. It's one of the top matches.
Yeah.
People rate it and like it. You know, it's something crazy, and he's doing something with people that you want to see him do these things with. I'm not gonna lie, I like the Brody King. I like him and the Brody King better than I like him and Andrade. But
Yeah.
my expectation for him and Andrade was way too high because I know what Andrade could bring to it. So I expected better than what we actually got. But
Right.
you know, seeing Brody King and Darby Allin, that was cool. That flowed better. So you know, it's a hit or miss with some people, but for the most part, he's been knocking it out. But it's time for, even though he's been TNT champion, I do think it's time for Darby Allin to level up a little bit. But I think he's fine where he's at. Under Triple H, I think he'll have a fair opportunity, and Triple H will figure out a way to make him even more dangerous.
Too cold, man. You know, staying on the topic of AEW, as I said earlier, you know, this July, if I'm no, excuse me, was it? I'm trying to think. It's I think it'll be this October. It'll be 3 years officially for AEW.
Yes, it's their debut show.
Yeah. So okay, now let's just round it out. We got 3 years of AEW now. What are your thoughts on the progression from day one to present day? The highs, the lows, the rumors, whatever, all that aside. Has AEW at this point cemented themselves as a viable threat? We understand they can get talent whenever they want to. No, they're not.
No. No, they're not a viable threat. And I'll say that with confidence. They're not a viable threat, but they are there. They're there in the aspect of they are a respectable company. They are going to have their trials and tribulations. I said they're going. We need to see them go through this.
Yeah.
This is what I said that they need to go through. They need to go through. Okay, the first year it was kind of rough. You had a few people, but you had so many no known or very little known people that you were trying to push as bigger than what they were. And for the people with a name that you did have, you were able to push quite a few people. But of course, the one thing I said that was really detrimental to them is when the steam of them moving forward and after being on TV for a minute was starting to kick in, we got hit with COVID. So it's like, this is the worst thing to happen for them right now, where your fan base is a big part of what you got going on, and you need them to validate or to not validate what's going on. So we, not really sure how we thought we would see wrestling. If we thought we would see wrestling, we weren't sure what they were going to do, and then they figured out a way to do it without fans. Okay, cool, but that did something negative for WWE and AEW. Fast forward to now, where you get back to the fans, and you quickly see, not too many people fell off. People were still fucking with it. It was still that company that people wanted to watch. So now, okay, another year past that, you've built up new stars, you've brought in some names, you've kind of squandered a few people. I'm not gonna lie, some that you brought in, some that were stuck with you from the beginning, Brian Cage and a few others. But some people didn't pan out the way we thought that they were. So it's not all Tony Khan. Some people just didn't work. Some gimmicks just didn't get over. And if they didn't get over, he gave them an opportunity to come back. So now that we're coming up on the completion of year 3 and the start of year 4, Tony is dealing with having the amount of people that he has now because of this. Now, yeah, we could say, well, Triple H is bringing back some of them people, but we also question whether or not, if Triple H signing everybody back, even though they have the TV time to show people, but they don't have the TV time to show everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody won't get what they think they should get. Some people are better off staying where they're at because it may benefit you later.
Yeah.
It may not benefit you right now. You still got to give him time to to kind of really just go through and kind of change things up and present this company differently than what has been presented in the last 10 to 15 years. So he still has a lot of work to do, and he's got to do it with some of the people that he's got. But some of them ain't gonna hit. Some are, some ain't. I think one of the things we need to talk about is a lot of people not feeling Dakota Kai. A lot of people's not feeling Dakota Kai, man, and I'm kind of sad by that because I like Dakota Kai. A lot of
Right.
people ain't feeling her, so it's like not everybody may not, hit. So it may not be a great idea to just jump back to WWE, but with AEW and where their progression is, it's where I think it should be at. They have definitely raised the bar. They have definitely shown that they are an alternative. An alternative. I will say it again. They are an alternative. They are not the direct competition. They are only competition to some people because they have a better TV opportunity. They're on cable. They're on TNT, where none of the other wrestling companies are on a network that can get millions of people.
Right.
AEW can reach about a good million, almost 1.5 million to maybe 2 million people,
Right.
depending on what they do and how they run it. So I see them being exactly where there should be at. You got to be able to balance with this roster that you have. What's going on, Kevin? You got to balance this roster you have. You got to continue to be competitive, and you still have to keep your identity. If they can figure out how to do that, because they gotta get through this growing pain, they gotta balance out this roster.
Yeah.
You only have one show, Dynamite. You got Rampage, but that's an hour. All
Yeah.
right, and then that's we know how they do that. So, and then you got Dark and you got Elevation, but you gonna have to bring something else. You got too many people. You got all these people. You got all these championships. You got to have somewhere to show them. So we got to see what they're going to do in this year 4. I got to see how they bounce back because even though they still are up, they are a bit down.
Right. All right, man. Let's jump across the border, man, and let's talk a little WWE now. Dude, speaking of making waves, speaking of damn, that was a teachable moment, a viral moment, if you will. I ain't talking Grayson Waller. Let's talk about Seth Rollins and the elephant in the room. Matt Riddle. First of all, I'm glad to see my guy Riddle got his first name back, winning. That's one. 2, we got a parking lot brawl to start off Raw. Well, a little bit before Raw, a couple hours. Yada, yada, yada. I don't give a shit about that. I'm going to be honest with you. I kind of really didn't give a damn, much like a lot of other people. I didn't care about Seth Rollins versus Riddle. I really did not give a... Dude, at the first half of the promo, I still didn't care. But, bro, there was like... There's this phrase. I believe it's called lightning in a bottle. And the subtleness... I'm going to take another word from you, man. A two-codism. Nuance, right, bro? My boy Seth, he hit him with the, hey Riddle, you still there? Like they little kids having a sleepover and told to shut the fuck up. Hey, wait. He like, hey Riddle, you still there? And then Riddle like, yeah. And then he like, hey, since we're talking about families, and then he just started going off talking about how his wife left him to the kid. But that's not even the worst part. It was the way he called him a bitch. I'm like, I don't know why Seth Rollins saying it though. It's not always what you say, it's how you said it, and knowing that they had real life heat once upon a time, and then it's been public knowledge of Riddle and his wife's whole situation. That was one of those where I'm like, oh, damn, Seth. I know we leaning into kayfabe in reality, but goddamn, bro, like, and then you got Riddle going off dropping F-bombs on WWE TV. I'm like, hold on, wait, what? Whoa, okay, I sense a little animosity right now, man. Dude, what was your thoughts when you seen this live, man? Did it take you back a little bit? Did it get you interested out of nowhere? It got me excited.
Bro, look, first and foremost, dude, this match. Okay, so you say you really wasn't feeling the match. I was feeling the match because I know what Riddle and Seth could bring. I just hated that they made me wait another month to fucking watch it.
I think that's what it is. I kind of got tired of the back and forth. I think is what it was.
Right. And I agree with everything that you said. The parking lot brawl, the live interview we got, yeah, that was what it was. But that one that we weren't supposed to see, but that we got to see, oh man, I told you, man, it's the little things. It's the little things. That's what you got to pay attention to. Yes, the show was a little bit crappy, but you got to look at. Unfortunately, you have to watch the whole 3 hours to see the little things that you need to see, and that was one of those little things that it was like just it was like, hey, you said, hey, you little bitch. It's like you just know, you just felt the disrespect. It was just like, nah, man, But that's even though I know they're kind of going back and forth with this story about they want to turn it TV-14 on, they want to keep it PG, but then they don't. Look, man, I'm sorry. Look, your Fro, what's good, man? What's up, Fro? Look, you gotta let. You gotta let grown people be grown people sometimes. I understand you don't want people to go too far, but I like how far this went.
Yeah.
This went far enough. This needs to feel like a grudge match. This needs to feel beyond just something them putting together in order for you to be invested into it. So you gonna give me Seth Rollins after Riddle said what he said in the live interview, and then Seth's like, man, you don't talk about me, man, but your wife then left and took the kids, and you little bitch, and you whoop, whoop. And then you got Matt Riddle like, I'm gonna fuck you, like, dude, like Matt Riddle was mad, like this was out of character Matt Riddle. I feel like this was the real Matt Riddle. This wasn't the bro. This was Matthew Riddle. Okay, this was not the wrestler. We got to see Matthew Riddle, and they just let Riddle just go, man. But it was that aggression that this is not like, hey man, nah man, we ain't playing like, bro. When we get in this ring, bro, I'm about to bust you. I'm about to bust you up, man. I'm about to give it to you. You think I'm playing? And that's why I'm like, okay, if this was Vince, I wouldn't have high hopes for this. I would think, oh man, we about to get some little quick bullshit little ending, and then it's over. Fro, they dropping F-bombs now. Hey, Triple H is running the show. It is what it is. But I feel like because Triple H is running the show, and because he knows what Matt Riddle, we already know what Riddle can do. We already know who Seth Rollins is. So it's like, bro, we gotta bring a different attitude, and you need an attitude. I'm sorry, man. These are grown men. These are grown men and women. You need attitude. You don't have to be as bad as the Attitude Era was. You don't even have to be as bad as Ruthless Aggression wasn't bad, but it was bad enough. But it was better than what the Attitude Era was and what WCW was when NWO took over. But you gotta give these people. These are grown men and women, man. I need people to have different type of feelings about things. I don't expect everybody to be all hokey dokey best friends. I expect somebody not to like somebody and really want to just whoop their ass, and not for it to be a storyline, but for it to be not so much as real life, but just I need it. Damn it, I need you to make me buy in. Make me buy in. Triple H is making me buy in, and he made me buy in with that. Just setting out, just doing what they did. That whole little ending thing that made you want to watch this match more than what you said. Like you said, before everything, you didn't even give a damn about this match, really. You're like, yeah, you would watch it because of Seth Rollins and Riddle, but you didn't really care about what they were doing because it was kind of lame. But that changed everything, because when this match happens, and I hope it's not first. I don't want it to be the first match. I want it to be like the middle of the card type of match. Like I need this to feel some time in the middle somewhere. I want to enjoy this. But it may be the first match. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, nah. I mean, I'm excited now. You know that again, you know, you and I we talked about this, man, incrementally. You know, ever since Triple H took over, it's been and it's been raw
The
mainly,
little things,
but
just
week
the little
after week
things.
after week, you know, those small little pebbles, man, are starting to kind of build themselves into boulders. So nah, man, absolutely, absolutely. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it.
I love that you said that because that was a hell of a boulder they made because it was just been little pebbles up until that moment, and
Yeah.
there they made a huge ass boulder with that because that but I don't feel like you would have got that with Vince. Like I just feel like that would have never happened. Just that little bit, a few minutes of just shit talking, and that's all it was. It was shit talking. I enjoyed it. Damn, thank you. Okay, that damn, I'm ready for this match. I want to see it.
All right, man. So speaking of wanting to see, what a lot of people wanted to see for a long time as we get ready to wind down on topics. I got one more after this. I know you're gonna enjoy this last one, so I'm gonna save it for last. But this
Let's go. Let's
current
go.
one,
Let's go. Let's go. We talking with the people, man. It's like we talking with the people, man. Let's go.
this current one I want to talk to you about right now. You talk about boulders. You talk about building up anticipation. You're talking about little nuggets
Mm-hmm.
at the time. You know,
Mm-hmm.
we when I say we as in the WWE universe, we couldn't wait for WWE to figure out what they wanted to do with the women's tag team championships. Then we got a tournament to identify, a solution, a means to win. Like you said, Dakota Kai was one of those women that I think a majority at one point in time wanted to see win those belts with EO. And then we get Raquel Gonzalez and we got Aaliyah. And we kind of figure, man, it was all but a guaranteed shoe-in that Dakota and EO were going to pick up the victory. Now, there's been a lot, and when I say a lot, I mean huge, huge debate
Huge,
online. Huge.
huge. It was
It was
huge. It
massive.
was huge.
Swear to God, you
It was
never seen.
huge.
Aaliyah winning the title already. Never seen it, but you know, the people are upset, and I'm upset that it's not Raquel Gonzalez or Rodriguez. I guess we could say nobody's mad that she won. We understand. You're fucking Raquel Rodriguez. You deserve any type of belt. We get that. It was Aaliyah who has constantly underperformed in the ring, character wise, in ring wise. It's not believable. And then you got established talent such as EO, one of the most dominant NXT women's champion in history, Dakota Kai, former
Mm-hmm.
tag team
Mm-hmm.
champion herself. You know what I'm saying? They got weight. These are women who have weight and cachet outside of NXT before they even got to the company. And then you got Aaliyah. What has she done? And I think it kind of caught people off guard too, Cole, man. Do you think the amount of negativity warranted and that was granted to these two young ladies, mainly to Aaliyah, do you think that the fans overall are overreacting, or do you see where it's coming from? And I think I know the answer.
Okay. Let me see how I can say this. It's both. It's both because the fans are right because I agree with the fans. I said it last night when we did the episode. I don't care about Aaliyah. Gonzalez, I'm fine. Like it's like if she was tagged with somebody else that was cool, that was better than Aaliyah, I'd be fine with the tag team. It's Aaliyah. It's like this girl really hasn't done anything. Like I've seen her do some stuff, and they tried. I will say this: thinking about having a day to relax on a little bit, they did try to make her look a little bit more credible. They tried. She did a few things. She had a nice few little moments, but I just oh man, I didn't care. I didn't care. It did not matter to me that Aaliyah won, but it would have made so much more sense to why Dakota Kai and Io would win the championships ahead of their 6-woman tag team match that they got with Bianca Belair and Io and Alexa Bliss. Why? Because you're trying to establish them as the new dominant female faction in the company. Cool. You put the tag team titles on them. You can work the Bailey and Belair thing for the championship. You can work that because that's Bailey and Belair. They vets in the game by now. At this point, it's like I expect nothing but good things from them. So I'm cool with that. And plus, they kind of got an unfinished thing anyway, because by the time Belair, when she was going, when she was facing Bailey and she was getting ready to face Sasha for the championship, you know, they had their little thing going on, but Bailey got hurt. So Bailey wasn't really there all like that. And so, you know, when Sasha won, I mean, I'm sorry, when Belair won, Bailey wasn't around, you know, to really, you know, give her that testing that she needs. So now Bailey's back. Bianca's the Raw Women's Championship. Now they're on different shows, and then for a different championship, you can revisit that because Bailey's been gone for a year. We missed her, so we ready to see her get mixed up with people. It would have made sense for Io and Dakota to have those championships, and I said it multiple times. It makes sense. Have them win the championships, and then that way you got the tag team championships with Bailey. You got the Raw Women's Champion with Asuka and Belair. You have a nice little, you know, and 6-woman tag match. You got 6 women that you know can go in this ring and they gonna give you a great match. It's like and knowing that Triple H is behind it and the confidence that he has in them, it's like, all right, man, cool. This is gonna be cool. I can't wait to see it, because I can't wait to see that battle between Asuka and the Bliss versus Dakota Kai and Io. Maybe that was the problem. We were pushing for that so much that they were going the opposite way because they want to give you that shock value. WWE still wants to give you that thing that you don't think you think this is what we're gonna do. Nah, this is really what we're gonna do. And right. That's what they did to us. They gave us Aaliyah and Gonzalez as the champions, and they tried to do it with with Bailey cheating, helping them to cheat the win, but it went the other way, and they got the victory.
Yeah, man. Like I said, and you're right. It's just shock factor. And then one thing about WWE that we always got on for the last few years, man, is their ability to be predictable, right? We even got a term for it. That's WWE shit, because you just at some point you just know some shit was gonna happen. This I can honestly say, nobody expected this. So I guess
and that's what they went for.
It's a good thing. And I believe, Joe said himself, that, Control, they'll have their day on the bigger stage, which is true. Again, you got to understand, there's always a bigger play at
hand. And I'm fine with that. But this is where I say that, because with the people that Triple H is trying to bring back, obviously we see the people that he's brought back so far. And I feel like, bro, they do a draft. And again, it's like we keep saying this is what they need to do, but I feel like this is going to be the one thing they don't do. But then they could do it. I don't know. But I feel like they need to draft. If you're going to bring people back and you're going to do what you're going to do, and if it works out the way you want it to work out, I mean, you just brought back Johnny Gargano. Like, he's back. We didn't hear from him. We didn't see from him. So we don't know if he's going to be back again next week. We don't know when's the next time we're going to see him. But do a draft, man. Shake things up. Change up the roster as far as where people are at right now. And put certain people back on other shows or whatever. Do something. And I feel like maybe that'll give a better balance as far as, what's going on. There's still certain storylines you can continue to keep. There's still, you can draft, you can predict where you want to, okay, these are these people. We want to keep these people on this show. We want to keep these people on this show, but we're going to let everyone else, go from where they go. So we're going to, kind of shake things up. They got to shake things up a little bit, I think. But as far as Gonzalez and Aaliyah, I get it, but I just don't. Gonzalez the only one. I've watched her work. I've watched her come in and be green as hell and develop and get better and now to where she was Big Mommy Cool. Like I like Big Mommy Cool. I miss Big Mommy Cool. I want my Big Mommy Cool back, man. I want my Big Mommy Cool back. All right, and I don't want this Miss Happy Smiley all the time chick, man. I want that badass chick back. That's who I want. I want to see her. But I understand the process of what it is, and that's fine. But I just want them to I don't know, man. I don't know. I want Triple H to do a lot, but I gotta be patient. I think that's just what it is.
Tuco, man, last thing before you wrap on up. I know one of the things that us and a lot of other fans of WWE, long time hardcore fans, we hated the name changes, right? Like, dude,
Right.
why are they just changing names? Well, now, like I said, we got Angel Garza, he got his name back. Riddle, he got his name back, Matt Riddle. Let's see, there was another person who I can't think of right now. They got his name back, but then also, there's been an image that's been surfacing online. Butch is back in his Pete Dunne gear on live events, so a lot of people are anticipating Butch going back to Pete Dunne, the Bruiserweight. Dude, what are your thoughts on people going back to the gimmicks and names that we know him as, or do you think it won't matter in the long run?
Okay, so what I didn't know about the Pete Dunne. I didn't know about that one. So I'm gonna wait to answer that one. But as far as everybody else, look, it didn't make no sense to why. I never understood why Vince just couldn't. It's like, dude. No, fuck that. He ain't there no more. Look, Vince, man, I hated the fact that you had the golden goose this entire time. Triple H took your joke of a development and made it into something more respectable than your goddamn main roster. And yet your ego, and I get it, you're Vince McMahon, you are the genius behind WrestleMania and what WWE is today, and it is fucking awesome. And I see you, stop playing with me. Y'all messing with me. But I understand who you are and what you've done, and I appreciate it. But it's like I understood because times change because you made the company public and whatnot. But dude, you had Triple H was dude. He created all the people that's in the WWE right now. Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Finn Balor, the Usos, New Day. Who else? Who else can I name? They're all through his. They're your Baszler, Flair, Balor, Banks, Bailey. Like they're all through NXT, and I get it now, and I also get the entertainment aspect. Okay, it was more about the the characters and being happy go. It was PG and all that. Okay, but I always just hated the fact that it's like you could present something better, but you just won't. Why won't you? And you have the golden goose. NXT is putting on way better shows. I mean, especially since I'm not gonna lie, way better shows. Pay-per-views were damn near top notch. I mean, they were 2.5 hours, but they were getting 5 out of 5, 4 out of 5. People were giving it like the best thing ever because you were getting important matches. You were making people watch wrestling. I just hated the way he just wastes people and didn't care. But I get why he didn't care. I can't ignore the reasons why. I just hated him. I hated it, and now I wanna see Triple H do. I want to see him bring all of that. I want to see him bring some of that back, but yet somehow find a way to blend it well. If you get what I'm saying.
Right.
So yeah, I man, I don't know, man. I just man, I like what he's doing with the people. I like that he's giving people back their names. Matt Riddle needs to just be Matt Riddle. I mean, Riddle was fine, but it's like, dude, what was the purpose? Butch, dude, let him be Pete Dunne. I don't know if Pete Dunne can. I don't know if I want to see Pete Dunne be the way he's been with the what the hell do they call themselves, the Fight Club. But what does Sheamus and them call themselves? Is the bros, the bruisers or some shit? The brawling brutes, the brawling brutes. I don't know. I gotta see him come out and be a different character. Like, you've been coming out being this sporadic guy that don't know. You know, you just want to fight. Like, that's kind of who Pete Dunne always is, but he was always more chill. He was always more methodical. You know what I'm saying? He wouldn't just, run in head first and just, get his ass whooped or whatever, man. He would do things the right way and make people pay. I miss that guy. And I hope Triple H brings that back in a way that it makes it believable. He's got to maybe go away for a little bit. I don't know if we've been seeing him as this Butch for so long, for a while. I don't know if you just can flip him like that and it'll be okay for those who don't know him like we know him and a few other people. So I hope he takes his time. That's why I've said, figured give him the WrestleMania and we'll go from there.
Well, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for tuning in to another episode of GOW, man. Too cold, man. Show me hat one more time.
Man, wow, look at that gas go, baby. We ready for this season, man. I hope y'all ready for us, man. I hope y'all ready for us this year.
And while he's showing y'all that hat, man, I'm gonna show y'all this cup one more time. Also, be sure, man, to be on the lookout. The GOW Cup's coming to you soon.
Man, I mean, it has our intro, man. It said, man, he is the flies in the room, Mr. 1, 2. Like, come on, man. The Queen put it down, man. And she got the king. Hold on, let me make sure I gotta get the light to fix it right. Bam, there it is. The king too cold.
Ooh,
come on, man. You can get your.
It came with a straw.
And it came with a straw, man. So if you want something, you want your own little, your introduction. You want your name on something. Hey, man, inbox us. Let us know.
Hey, Earl said he had to put it on the cup to remember how old he is. I do be forgetting my age on here, man.
Hey, how many times he did the show and he just said he's 28 and 27? And it's like, dude, man, it's been 2 years, bro. you older than that.
Hey, I'm trying, man. I'm trying. Look, man, it's hard, goddamn it. When we almost 650 episodes in, man. Sometimes things just blur together.
Yeah, man, we do a lot, but we got a lot to do this week, man. We got a lot of wrestling. This is a big wrestling week, man. So, hey, man, we might as well just give you as much as we can.
Hey, Joe says I can put that franchise drink of choice up in my GOW cup, and this.
There it is, man. Hey, we look, man. We getting things together. Okay, I know we keep saying it, but we getting things together. Why are you sign language of me like I need to cut out like the red light is on, like I need to cut off of here? What's up, baby? Huh? Of course he is. I mean, they ain't got nothing else better for Ricochet to do. But yeah, man, 650 episode. Damn, time flies. It does, Leo, man. It does, man. I don't know when we're gonna hit it. We're gonna hit it soon, but yeah, man, we're gonna have something fun with you, man. But he said, hey, Joe, appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you, man. Thank you, man. Appreciate you, man. But nah, man, we do what we do, man. But franchise, man, guy, tomorrow. What day is it?
It's Wednesday, baby. And you know what that means. We're gonna hit y'all live and direct.
AEW, baby.
Yes, sir. Yes,
yeah,
sir.
That is, baby. We're gonna talk that Dynamite, that go home show. That go home for the All Out pay-per-view on Sunday. As WWE is doing they did their go home show for Raw for Clash of the Castles. And then of course we're gonna get that Friday night block party. But best believe we got to bring you some predictions, and we got a lot to predict on, man. My God, we got 2 pay-per-views, so many matches. Dude. Man, I hope you're just ready, man, because I've been just tasting that Shake Shack double bacon burger with that Oreo shake. Man, I just been tasting it, bro. And so I'm ready for you to go get that for me, man. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm ready for you to go get that from me. So yeah, man, we're gonna have to do what we do.
With that being said, man, in the words of one of my favorite rappers of all time, Tip Harris, man, big things popping, little things stopping. And with that being said, man, we'll see
Yeah,
y'all
it is.
tomorrow for our AEW Dynamite review show. Of course, it's going to be led by yours truly, man, the king of the GOW. But until then, man, I'm the franchise. He's too cold, and we'll see y'all when we see you. Peace.